Welcome to a special solo episode of The Nature of Nurture. I'm your host, Leslie Carr. I'll be back soon with more guest interviews, but I've had some thoughts on my mind lately and I didn't want to wait to share them. I know that this is an unsettling time to be alive for many of us right now, and I know that a lot of you are scared. I get it. I want to start by acknowledging the seriousness of this moment. At the risk of sounding dramatic, I know that it feels to many people like we're witnessing the dissolution of our civilization as we know it. A small number of very powerful people are trying to enact an agenda based on a truly dystopian sense of how they want this world to work. I don't believe they'll win, but they might tear down the world that we're familiar with by trying. I don't think it's an exaggeration to say that we're living through a revolution, and revolutions can be scary when you're in the middle of them. Things feel unpredictable. We don't exactly know what's going to happen next. But if you had been alive at the time of the bubonic plague, you would have had no way of knowing that time was about to give way to the Renaissance and ultimately the Enlightenment. From the ashes of this old world, we're going to build a new world in our image. A world that centers humanity and the planet. A world that is non-extractive and non-exploitative. And we're going to do this by making conscious choices about how we want to live moving forward. While I know that many of you are out there fighting the good fight, protesting, calling your representatives, and this is very important work, it's my sincere hope that you'll also find time to take care of yourselves and one another. And I want you to know how deeply I mean that. Log off the internet from time to time. Live your real life. Hug your loved ones, have dinner parties, cook food while you listen to good music, spend time in nature. Do things that make you laugh, ideally really hard. Find ways to get all the way into the here and now moment. None of this is superficial or avoidant, and I'll tell you why. We are ultimately fighting an energetic war. It's a war over our consciousness. And I mean that in more ways than one. On one hand, if you identify as spiritual, you might have your own understanding of what I mean, and I support that. I do mean it spiritually. I do believe that on some level, this is a war between good and evil. You can think I'm crazy for saying that, that's fine. There's more than one way to define what we mean when we say evil, and some of it is purely behavioral. I don't think it's a stretch to say that it is evil to grossly exploit people, animals, or the planet. But I can make this more practical, and I can stay in my lane as a psychologist. Part of what oppressive regimes demand is your very soul. They try to steal your mind, your sense of your own sovereignty. They come for your joy, which is why it's vital that we not let them take it. We also don't solve a problem by focusing on the problem. We solve problems by focusing on the solutions. We need to become fully solution-centric, and humans need to come together to protect our humanity. So keep doing the good work, protesting in all of the ways that you can find to protest. Vote, call your reps, and then go live your life, not online, your actual life. And trust that we can do this together because we outnumber them. We outnumber them. If you found this valuable, please consider sharing it, and thank you for tuning in. I'll see you again soon.